Hi, I'm just wondering how you're doing on the journey. You may remember I talked the other week about what we might need if we were on a long walk, and I showed you my trainers, and here they are back again. Um, so I started thinking about being on the journey, about the ups and downs that we're all experiencing, and just wondering how you're doing. I know how I'm doing, and it's a bit up and down. We're all so different, and therefore different things motivate us, energize us, discourage us, or deflate us. And it's important that we understand ourselves and we give time to those things that strengthen us, which will in turn help us with our weaknesses. And it's to be expected that we're going to be going through a range of emotions because we're going through a very strange time. If we're people of faith, we can take comfort from Jesus. And Jesus was like us in every way, but without sin. And in Hebrews 2, verse 17 and 18, it says this: "For this reason he had to be made like them, fully human in every way, in order that he might become a merciful and faithful high priest in service to God, and that he might make atonement for the sins of the people. Because he himself suffered when he was tempted, he is able to help those who are being tempted." So he knows what it's like to be us. Now, sometimes we get caught up in thinking that we should be doing this or we ought to be feeling that. And again, the Bible can bring some clarity to these thoughts. We're sometimes taught about the two greatest commandments. Jesus said, "Love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your mind. This is the first and greatest commandment, and the second is like it. Love your neighbour as yourself." In the Old Testament, in Micah, it says, "He has shown you, O man, what is good. And what does the Lord require of you? To act justly, to love mercy, and to walk humbly with your God." And then in liturgy, we're told that man's chief end is to glorify God and to enjoy him forever. So it's not a long list. Now, one of the things about the journey is that it's important that we rest, that we keep our fluids up, and that we're eating. And you can interpret that literally or spiritually. Each day is a new day. And in Matthew 6, verse 34, we're told not to be anxious about tomorrow. And in the Message, it says this: "Give your entire attention to what God is doing right now, and don't get worked up about what may or may not happen tomorrow. God will help you deal with whatever hard things come up when the time comes." Elsewhere in the Bible, it teaches us that there are new mercies for new days. And in Lamentations, the writer says, "Because of the Lord's great love, we're not consumed, for his compassions never fail. They are new every morning. Great is your faithfulness. I say to myself, the Lord is my portion, therefore I will wait for him." So we just need to put one foot in front of the other. You'll all be familiar with that question: how do you eat an elephant? It's one bite at a time. So we need to remember there are new mercies and new strength for each new day. And this may help us just to keep putting one foot in front of the other. I've recently listened to a song that talks about what happens when the Father is in the room. And so I invite you, next time you're being quiet, invite the Heavenly Father into your room and rest in his presence.